I would like to inform the audience of a meeting that is coming up. African Medicine Quality Forum, which NAFDAC is hosting. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, volunteered last year at the meeting in Morocco. That is the second African Medicine Quality Forum meeting in Morocco, to host the third African Medicine Quality Forum meeting. The meeting will take place at the Transcorp Hilton, Abuja, from 24th to 28th of February, 2020. That is next week. The AMQF, I'm going to shorten African Medicine Quality Forum to AMQF, was established in 2017 as a technical working group of African Medicines Regulatory Harmonization, AMRH, that is jointly domiciled at AU, NEPAD, and WHO, Geneva, as joint secretariats. The goal is to build and strengthen the capacity of African countries in medicines quality control and regional post-marketing surveillance, which in turn will contribute significantly to reducing substandard and falsified medical products in circulation in the African markets. AMQF is expected to drive the harmonization of quality control standards and practices, and ultimately the mutual recognition of quality control tests among African countries. It is a platform for a holistic continental quality control agenda that facilitates sharing of best practices, an advocacy platform to raise the national and international visibility of national quality control laboratories in Africa. AMQF membership is open to heads of national quality control labs from all African countries and formally reports to the African Medicine Regulatory Harmonization Steering Committee, of which I am the chair. The meeting will convene all members of AMQF, including its technical committee, the leadership from USP, AU, NEPAD, WHO, regional economic communities, regional health organizations, as well as other international partners and key stakeholders. Some of those international partners include Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, World Bank, and the like. The meeting is sponsored by World Bank, by NAFDAC, West African Health Organization, WAHO, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, BMGF, AU, NEPAD, United States Pharmacopoeia, World Health Organization, and manufacturers. The theme of this year's meeting is 2020, Perfect Vision for Quality of Medicines in Africa. Among the objectives of the Abuja meeting are: 1, reinforce the importance of quality control laboratories in post-marketing surveillance, strengthen regional cross-border collaborative survey of medicines in Africa as a means of protecting public health, familiarize regional economic communities with instrumentation and analytical techniques to facilitate convergence for ensuring quality of medicines, complete the roadmap for strengthening national quality control laboratories infrastructure and systems to help make informed, reliable, and consistent regulatory decisions. Emphasize the importance of quality control in the entire drug approval process, manufacturing to post-marketing. To sensitize national medicine quality control laboratories on the importance of drafting laboratory strategic and business plan to ensure continual provision of quality control testing that meet international standards of quality. And lastly, the last objective, not in order of ranking, is to develop proposal to ensure that national medicine quality control labs have the required legal mandate and well-defined scope of activities. NAFDAC advocates daily for quality of medicines in the nation's supply chain through strengthening of our own internal capacities, such as having quality control laboratories with modern equipment, with trained personnel, having strong post-marketing surveillance, inspection of manufacturing facilities, and enforcement using international best practices. NAFDAC looks forward to support and collaboration from all stakeholders in delivering safe and quality medicines, and all Nigerians also towards a successful hosting of this continental meeting. I believe that at the end of the meeting, the heads of quality control laboratories from over 50 African countries will have achieved a clearer picture of the importance of national quality control laboratories and their convergence for collaborative reliance at the regional and continental levels. This realization will ensure that substandard, falsified, and counterfeit drug products will be reduced to a minimum. And for more information, we have it on our website, nafdac.gov.ng, and also on the meeting website, wova.com. Just go on our website, you will see it. Thank you so much. This is appreciated. God bless. The first question is, what is the impact of this type of meeting on NAFDAC in terms of ensuring quality of medicines and reduction of substandard falsified medicines? Am I right in? Okay, good. Without this meeting, first of all, NAFDAC is on the move. Without this meeting, NAFDAC is on the move because of our people, because we want to be sure that medicines that we take, not somebody on the street, all of us, that the medicines that we take are medicines that will work. It is part of our own global benchmarking. We adopted global to go on the road towards global benchmarking because of our own people. And part of what is expected of us is a WHO benchmarking. We want to compare ourselves with the best, not comparing ourselves with ourselves. Part of our global benchmarking is to ensure that we have quality laboratories with well-trained staff. We have been equipping our laboratories on a daily basis in terms of making sure that whatever we test or we want to test, we have equipment for them, first of all, and that our tests are reliable. Those are the drugs that already arrive in Nigeria. 70% of our drugs we import. And the alarm that I'm sounding now, that I'm going to sound now, is alarm that everybody should take home, walk away with from here. That we have drug insecurity. With coronavirus, India is already feeling it because they buy most of their materials, active ingredients, from China. If India is feeling it, we should be going to the churches and the mosques and wherever to start praying, because we don't manufacture anything here except water. We import almost everything. The active ingredients, the non-active ingredients, the equipment. So it's a scary thing and I've been emphasizing this from day one. Drug security, we need it. When we import 70% of our drugs, we're in trouble if something happens. But let me go back to the question. Part of our global benchmarking is to ensure that we have quality laboratories, well-trained staff. We have revamped our approach to post-marketing surveillance, meaning your drug products are approved and now they are in Wuse or they are in Kano or wherever. What is the quality of that medicine in the market? Is it still the same as the one that we approved? Inspection. We inspected 165 companies over 6 months between 2018 and 2019 in Nigeria. Why? Because it is not just what we import, it is also what we manufacture that we need to ensure that they are of quality. And from that inspection, we've had wonderful results of companies now following international standards and using best practices. They are not all there, but that is part of why NAFDAC is existing, to come alongside with them, to train them, to ensure that they are good manufacturing practice compliant. That is within the country. What are we doing at the source? There's what is called pre-shipment testing. This predated me. We have clean reports and inspection agents in China and India. But we found out that there was corruption, not corruption, compromise. So please remove the word corruption. Yeah, compromise with the CRI agents. So myself and a team of our staff, well-trained staff, went on a trip that revealed so many things. The CRI agents that we had before, each of them had their own laboratories that they consult or they work with. We changed it around that it is not just an agreement with the CRI agents, it is an agreement with the laboratories now. We are going to be working directly with the laboratories. So if you say you are manufacturing, you can test A, B, C medicine. We went there and our staff started looking at the labs to ensure that they can test A, B, C, whatever product. And we read to the CRI agents a riot act. You don't bring bad medicines to our country. You do it, we yank you off. Pure and simple. We want a relationship. Think of our own people. We heard about 1 or 2 CRI agents that will not even have our own registration certificate. Before an importer ships, they must have registration certificate from us. And one CRI agent said, oh, we undertake. We undertake and we allow them to ship. No, you don't undertake anything that is coming to Nigeria. There was a few cases of forged registration certificates. So a lot of things started getting revealed to us. Because if we don't control it at the source, they'll keep coming in. And then whatever testing we are doing here, we might have lost control. So that is one of the reasons, methods rather, that we're using to ensure we have quality medicines. I mentioned the inspection. Then enforcement. Our enforcement is reviewing and overhauling their own what do I call it, roadmaps in terms of inspection of different, enforcement rather, of markets that are not approved or that have substandard falsified medicines, known to have substandard falsified medicines. We're going to be collaborating with Pharmacists Council of Nigeria. We had a meeting that this is not about NAFDAC, it's not about PCN, it's about our people. So NAFDAC and PCN, many times we go in terms of for enforcement, because NAFDAC has the power to enforce. PCN has the power to shut down a pharmacy or an illegal pharmacy practice. Combination will reduce substandard falsified medicines. Now, in terms of AMRH, the goal of AMRH, African Medicine Regulatory Harmonization, which AMQF is a technical working group of that organization, our goal is to ensure that African peoples have medicines that have quality. To ensure, it is just the same goals and objectives that we have, but at a continental level. So that is the answer to that question. So I said with or without. We are on a roadmap, we are on the move to reduce substandard falsified medicines to a minimum. It is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Unfortunately, because our people want to get rich quick, but we also are on the move to make sure that they don't get rich quick on the back of our own people. I hope I answered that question. Thank you. Food vendors. Yeah. You know, when I heard about paracetamol being used to cook pomo, to cook cow leg, I said, well, what else can we not do? Paracetamol is a medicine to be taken for pain. Now to throw it in the pot for cow, cooking cow leg. It is a chemical that changes when the temperature is high. It changes from paracetamol or acetaminophen to para-aminophenol to benzoquine. These are products that destroy the kidney. But I don't know whether our people don't realize, some of our people don't realize that chemicals are chemicals, that when you subject them to unusual temperature, pressure, humidity, they change. And that is what happens if paracetamol or aspirin or whatever is thrown into the pot to cook. And I mentioned, we've done a lot of enlightenment. It was on NAFDAC and Your Health. There was a press release. There was another thing that we did. Actually, another press briefing, a smaller, press briefing on it. But we will continue because we have to reinforce it. Our people don't know that chemicals change if you subject them to heat. We have over 50% illiteracy in this country. 50% illiteracy. So we have to keep reinforcing. When you don't know, ignorance is worse than, it's a disease. Because people just don't know. What do? We cannot blame them because the damage is already done by not going to school. We have to educate them. Any arrest? No, not yet. Because we have to go to the bookers now, take sample of the soup, and bring the soup to our lab to test. We have not done that, unfortunately, because we need more staff. Just consider 36 states. Right now we are short-staffed, but the government understands that and working towards, alleviating us. We don't know when, but we have not done any arrest, just to answer that question. Bleach to whiten garri. This is news to me. Again, it's ignorance, and we have to keep enlightening our people, increasing their awareness. Radio, TV. In fact, I mentioned it to FRCN. We're going to go pidgin. We're going to go local dialect.